Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Tuesday, April 4th, 2017, and I am Austin Farrar.
And I am Quanecia Fraser.
Today's top stories include a bombing in Russia,
And the shooting of a Harris County deputy constable. This and more coming up next on Texan TV.
In campus news, this week in the TSU campus kicked off Service Week with Tarleton Roundup. Students went out and served the community at their homes by raking, trimming, painting, and so much more. This weekend will continue to highlight different service activities. And here's Emily Parker with more information about the service opportunities for today.
Thank you. As said, it is the week of giving for Tarleton Texans, so it's going to continue on today. This day, we are going to be in the Student Center. The first thing that we have is the Carter Blood Drive that's going to be in the ballrooms, and also just the day of giving here in the Student Center right behind me. This is your opportunity to pay it forward. This booth will be here until 3 o'clock. Thank you.
Thanks, Emily. For more information on the different events this week, visit the Tarleton website at www.tarleton.edu or give directly from your phone at epay.tarleton.edu.
In local news, according to the Stephenville Empire Tribune, Bank of America locations in Stephenville and Mineral Wells will be closing this summer. The Stephenville location will close June 27th and the Mineral Wells location will close June 20th. According to Public Relations Manager Brittany Sheehan, the locations will close because of changes in how customers are banking. More customers are resorting to online and mobile banking rather than traveling to bank locations. Bank of America customers in the area have been alerted of this change through letters, and the closest Bank of America will now be located in Cleburne. Sheehan also added that Bank of America will redesign over 1,500 banking centers during the next few years and will open 200 new centers with layouts that will better serve clients.
And now today's Texan, international, and national news from the Associated Press. In state news, a Harris County deputy constable was shot and killed yesterday in Baytown. Clinton Greenwood, a 30-year law enforcement veteran, was shot outside of a Baytown courthouse moments after arriving for work. He suffered a single gunshot wound and was lifted to a Houston hospital where he died. Baytown Police Lieutenant Steve Doris said that the attack does not appear to be random, but a motive for the attack was not yet been found. The shooting led to the lockdown of a nearby high school as well as the area's search for the suspect. As of Monday, no arrests have been made, and a $65,000 reward is being offered for information to help authorities make an arrest.
In national news, more than 70% of people in one of the nation's largest tobacco-producing states support a statewide smoking ban in most public places. It's the highest level of support ever recorded in polling by the Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky since the group first asked the question in 2011. Anti-smoking advocates hope the numbers will create a renewed push for a public smoking ban in a state that has the highest number of tobacco-related cancer cases per 100,000 people. But working against them is the state's population of smokers. More people smoke in Kentucky per capita than anywhere else in the U.S., and the state's long history of tobacco growing that has sustained generations of farmers has brought and paid for everything: my life, my house, my education, said Jonathan Schell, a Garrard County tobacco farmer and the Republican majority leader in the State House of Representatives. We don't have an appetite to get involved in telling businesses and local governments what they can and cannot do, he said.
International news yesterday, a bomb tore through a subway train deep under St. Petersburg, Russia. This bomb resulted in the death of 11 people and the wounding of over 40. Less than 2 hours after the explosion, authorities found and defused a second bomb at another busy St. Petersburg location. Authorities believe the suspect is a 23-year-old who came from ex-Soviet Central Asia and has ties to radical Islamic groups. Authorities believe the 23-year-old carried the explosive device into a train in a runsack. Security has immediately tightened at all of Russia's key transportation sites, and according to Moscow officials, that included the subway in the Russian capital. For more of today's national and international news, we turn to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. A threat closed subway station in St. Petersburg, Russia, Tuesday. On Monday, a bomb in that city's subway killed at least 14 people. Intelligence from Kyrgyzstan identified the suspect as a Russian citizen born in that country. Democrats say they have enough votes in the Senate to block Neil Gorsuch from being added to the Supreme Court, but Republican Majority Leader Mitch McConnell may change Senate rules to get around a planned Democratic filibuster. At least 5 people are known dead in the southeastern U.S. after 2 days of storms. A Mississippi woman died after her car slid off a road into a flooded creek. Severe weather was also reported in Alabama and Georgia. And there was celebrating in the streets of Chapel Hill, North Carolina, after the UNC Tar Heels won the NCAA Men's College Basketball Championship. The Tar Heels beat Gonzaga 71-65. Matt Small, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
In sports, from TarletonSports.com, the Texan baseball team defeated number 3 Angelo State 9-3 in a series finale. Texan baseball will travel to New Mexico this weekend for a 4-game series against Eastern New Mexico.
The Texan softball team dropped their last game to Angelo State, but still won the series in a 2-1 game split, as Freeman shut out Angelo in the first 2 games. This is the first time in Texan softball history for them to win a series against the number 1 team in the nation. Texan track and field wrapped up the Texas relays with a 5th-place finish and now travels to San Angelo this weekend.
And now for your weather, brought to you by the National Weather Forecast. Today will be mostly sunny with a high near 84 degrees with a 10 to 15 mile per hour wind blowing from the south to southwest. Tonight will be mostly clear with a low around 47 degrees and northwest winds blowing 10 to 15 miles per hour.
This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.
Watch us live on Apogee Channel 2.1 in the residence halls at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune in to Northland Cable Channel 9.
You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter and check us out on our website at www.texannews.net for all your latest local, state, national, and international news.
Today's broadcast was produced by Haley Watson, Emily Parker, and Matt Hill. Have a wonderful day, Texans.